Hi, this is Dr. Audrey Ellison, and since so many of you seem to be having trouble finding research, I decided to put together a quick presentation on how to use the library. So that is what I'm going to do now, is share with you how to use the University of Phoenix Library to your best advantage, and so that you will be able to use it for doing your research. So, first thing you want to do is log in through eCampus, ecampus.phoenix.edu as highlighted above. You will come to a login screen and you will put your username and passcode. You then want to go to the Library tab. Once you get to the Library tab, click on University Library. Now comes the harder part. You have different ways of searching in the library. One way is databases. The two major ones are ProQuest and Abescohost. The difference is that Abescohost uses abstracts, which I think is much better than just seeing the title of the article. You have an opportunity to look by publication, which means you would type in the name of the publication. And finally, you have subject, which I believe is the most efficient way to do it. So here's a screenshot. And you can see, Ask Us is actually Ask a Librarian, which you can do if you need help. On the top line is where you type in what you're going to be looking for. You can see I can click Research Databases or Research Publications. However, I've chosen to research by subject or topic, which I think gets you the most information the easiest way. I am using the week 3 paper as an example here. So your paper for week 3 includes Porter's 5 Forces. So that's what I typed in, is Porter's 5 Forces. So I'm going to be pointing out to you the number of articles, that it has been set to relevance, the title of the article, that there's an abstract, and the full text. So here we go. You can see on the top there are 225,000 plus articles, which obviously is too many. You can see that the default is by relevance. You can see here that I have underlined the title of the article. You can see the long paragraph is the abstract, which is what I think is the thing you want to find, because that helps you determine if you've picked the right article or if there's a better article for you. And down at the bottom, you will see full text. You want to find full text articles. You do not want just to use the abstract. Then there's an advanced search, because I don't want to look at 225,000 articles. You used advanced search to narrow down your search. You change your search elements to get better articles. And you can keep changing it until you get what you're looking for. I selected 3 other topics for the week 3 paper as an example. I put one phrase in quotation marks so that I can get the entire phrase. So here it is. Other things for the week 3 paper: leadership, contingency, and strategy alignment. And you can see strategy alignment is in quotation marks. You'll also notice strategy alignment, well, I just said that, it's in quotation marks. What I also want you to notice is if I look at this first article, it says that it was published in September 2005. That's 15 years old. So I want to find something newer. So let me show you how to do that. I am going to change where it says relevance to newest. And if you'll see here, that's what I've done. That's what I've highlighted here. I use that drop-down menu and it now says date newest. And you'll see that the newest article is a 2020, which is a lot better than 2005. So now I'm using some other words to show you an example of the advanced search. I put in culture, organization, and innovation. Let me show you how that works out. So if all I had typed in was culture, I got 1,000,000, almost 300,000 articles. That's ridiculous. If I had culture, organization, and innovation, I got down to about 8,700, which is still a high number. Now, the reason I put in IDEO is that a different version of this course had you investigating IDEO, so I put that in. I changed it to organizational culture, innovation, and IDEO, and I got down to just 4 articles. That's manageable. So that's what I mean by just keep changing the words till you get down to a manageable number of articles. There's 20 on a page. I think 20 or 40 is a very manageable number. And as I mentioned, there are different databases, and I like Abesco Host because it includes the abstract. Note for you, the way they do the reference here is not necessarily APA format, so you need to make sure you change it to APA format for your paper. Google Scholar is another really good source. You can see here at the top, the way you get to that is scholar.google. You want to type in, again, your framework. I put in organizational culture again, and I typed in articles. I don't want case law, I just want articles. I also highlighted that I put in the time. I changed it to since 2018. You can make it so you can get more recent articles. Google Scholar is a good source. Now, there is a caveat to Google Scholar. All the articles in Google Scholar are peer-reviewed. Peer reviews means that it's reviewed by experts in the field. Required review can take a year from writing to approval. It's based on empirical research, it's harder to read, and the articles are longer, which is why I keep telling you to use business journal articles. Business journal articles are easier to read, they're more up to date, they provide you greater help with papers, and they're accessible through the UOP library. They're also available through the journal website, for instance, Fortune or Forbes. Let me say Forbes is not a good one because they sometimes make you have subscription to see it. But journal article websites are good too. Now, if we go back, you will notice on this slide where it says full text, I did not check off scholarly peer reviewed. That is one way to help avoid getting into those peer reviewed articles that are a little bit harder to read. So I hope this has helped you. If by any chance, and I'm sure there will be, you still have questions, please put them in the question area of class because I'm assuming others may have the same question so that I can answer it for everyone. I did this presentation because I want you to be using the library as opposed to Google, which gets you into bad sources. It gets you into purchase paper sites. It gets you into blogs. It gets you into site selling services, none of which I'd like you to use. So good research is using the school library. So hopefully this will help.